Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. Happy birthday, Russell. How are you? How is everybody? David, hello. I thought you had an appointment today. Maybe you're done. Stationary. Jason, thank you for the subscription. 7 months. Thank you, sir. Most appreciated. You're done? Good. On time. That's not bad. My 9:30 appointment this morning was I showed up at 11 o'clock. Gabriel, hello. How you doing? You had a fun day, Russell. You went and had blood work done. Well, that's not what I call fun on your birthday. Hopefully it's uneventful. To be fair, my appointment was scheduled between 9:30 and noon. One of those deals, and I am proud and happy to say that my house passed the electrical inspection, and I will not be having a fifth visit from either the electrician or the inspector. I hope to never see him again in a good way. So it's a living miracle. It is a miracle. Greyhound Mom, how you doing? Hello. Oh, you're looking at cat stuff. You have to buy all the things. I thought is this your first cat or the only one that you have? You have. It's a cute cat, by the way, Gabriel. That's an adorable cat. Buy every lottery ticket tonight. Yeah, maybe I should try all those repairs today that have been giving me grief, or maybe just let it ride. I'm still waiting to hear back from the car dealership about this part on my car, which they can't find because apparently they don't make it anymore. So they're going to go with an aftermarket part, which they assure me is covered by insurance, but they haven't been able to. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, all the cat things. Yeah, don't spend any money. Get an Amazon box, a hair tie. That's probably all you need. I've got to take mine in next week. I don't know why I did this, but I scheduled my cats to go in next week, Wednesday, the day before I leave for the show. And I'm going to do it on my own. It's much better with two cats with two people to corral them and get them in their cages and clean up after the one. The one will throw up, I guarantee, on the way to the vet and on the way back. But yeah, I'm taking him in for a vet visit next Wednesday. I can't wait. One doesn't meow very loudly, hardly at all, but when he's in the car, man, he is like a lion. At least I know what to expect. No surprises. Yeah, I know. We have literally had them, like when we were showing our house a couple years ago. Lisa would literally put him in the car and like drive a block down the street because you can't be in the house during the showing. And the cat would literally throw up going one block from the house. Where did the inspector park at your house with the parking issues? He parked on the street. Although I did have to laugh because when I came home, the neighbor's car was gone, and like he never drives his truck. He never moves it. But it was gone when I got there, and then when I left after a couple hours, he was back. So, and well within the lines. So I mean, it's it's possible. Just annual blood work test. All right, very good, very good. All right. What else is new? I don't know. That might be it. I've got more. Anybody who ordered a Corinne in the last couple days, they all went out this morning. I did manage to get in early this morning. get the shipping done. So, Colin, if you're with us, your pen went out this morning, and I completely sold out. Completely sold out of all of those pens. So I ordered more, and that distributor is pretty quick at shipping. So yeah, nice. I was like, really? I mean, I've never sold that many Carens at once. Um, so I might have some by Friday. We'll see. We will see. Apron inspection. Yeah, not nothing new. I still got this little mark there. I think that'll come out. I think maybe I just need to get it on the annual, but not the annual, the monthly wash or the bi-weekly wash or something. Must be the sales pitch. It's a nice pen. I really like it. I've always liked that pen. They become one of the most affordable and nice gold nib pens. Yeah. And like I say, they're not, they don't look like any other pen. They don't, sailors are nice. Don't get me wrong. I love sailors. I got a sailor in my pocket right now. Sailors have, it looks like a Mont Blanc. It looks like a Schaefer Balance. I mean, it's a cigar-shaped pen with a nib sticking out of it. Karen, it's something different. You get a little design. And those caps are just to die for, really. You've always thought they were worth what they cost. I wish, and I don't wish, I wish there were more options other than black with gold, black with rhodium. I don't think they make the black deluxe anymore with the two-tone cap, which is two-tone line cap is stunning. Really a nice pen. They make an opera. I was tempted to buy the opera, but it's expensive. Holy moly. Like even it's expensive for me. Like my cost, I wouldn't pay that. So, I mean, but it's beautiful. Gold cap. Maybe. We'll see. They could kill it if they went regular limited edition releases. Yeah, I mean, they sort of started to do that. The Essence to Blue was like a 2022 release. And then, and then they've got this new one out that came out, I think, last year. Not sailor level, though, no. Yeah, can you imagine? 6 Carens a month. How hilarious would that be? But they need a little color. They need a little more color, I think. Or Twisby for that matter. Yeah, I mean, the thing about Twisby though is, I mean, I guess it's not a $30 pen anymore. It's, they're pushing $55, $58, $59. But I still think they're doing a reasonably good job. I mean, it's not a terribly expensive pen, but yeah, if you had a limited edition pen every month, for a Karen, that just might make people's heads explode. You're going to get that root beer one when you get it in? Yeah, I ordered more yesterday. I was nervous after talking about it yesterday, and a couple of y'all are like, yeah, you need to order more. So you think about getting a Kai as a gift for someone. That's a nice pen. That blue marble. How were the threads in the section? Ironically, I had mine in my bag, and this morning or yesterday afternoon, I realized well, I don't need to have this in my bag, so I took it home and I don't have it. The threads are metal. There is if you're clumsy, there is a chance of cross threading. I mean, but you'd have to almost purposefully do it. It's possible. I had like one complaint about it, and I can kind of see a little bit. But you put it on and you're careful, like you are with any other pen. You don't, just slam it on there and turn it. But I think it's fine. I wouldn't have thought anything of it, except that the one guy who complained was a big complainer, and was very vocal and very loud about it. And I was like, well, dude, I didn't make the pen, you know. So if you don't like it, return it or not, or I don't care, whatever. But it's a beautiful looking pen. You had that issue with the Gravitas pen. Juicy, hello. I really think it's fine. I really do. But I just throw that out there because one guy had a problem. One guy. And they still have them. I still have them in stock. Cordwall is good. All right. But I'm anxiously awaiting the new TWSBI catalog to see what gets cut. I was shocked they still had the Kai. But my order that I placed yesterday, which included more root beers, all the pens, the other pens I needed for stock. Serpentine bronze, they're out of. They don't have any right now. It's not discontinued. They just don't have any. There was one pen on my order, other than root beer, that they had in stock. Now, it wasn't a huge order, but takes forever to screw and unscrew the section of the graphics. Yeah, that's not the case with the Kai, though. It's not like that. I think if you've got a Kai or a Draco or an Obsidian, and you kind of look at it and you kind of put it on kind of cockeyed, you can kind of see what I mean. But I mean, you have to try to cross thread it for sure. And I probably shouldn't have said anything, but you asked that specific question, so I answered. So now that we got some people here, in case you missed, it's Russell's birthday today. Let's everybody give Russell a shout for his happy birthday. I think he said he's 29 today. And best wishes for a long, happy, fountain pen filled life. All right. Thank you for tuning in today on your birthday. You just want your Esterbrook transitional back that they have. There we go. There's the happy birthdays coming in. Jason on Twitch wishes you one too. Just in case you can't see it. Let's see what we got here. All right, this is where we left off yesterday. This band of merry misfits. You know what we could do? If we can get this one out, we could take this section and throw it in there, right? That might be what we do, because I got a feeling this isn't coming out. I got myself a little bit bigger screwdriver here. Probably don't need it. They have an evil look about them. Well, you know, I also haven't ascertained the status of the pellet cups on any of these guys yet. So I would really love for them all to have really excellent pellet cups, because I got nothing to replace them with right now. And my manufacturer actually emailed me about a week or two ago, and it says we've still got because I had told him, I said I'm gonna go to Baltimore. I'm gonna hand out a couple of them, and I said I'll let you know when I get back. And he emailed me and he said, we've got the vac filling units on the production schedule for delivery in 4 weeks. He said, and thankfully he asked. He said, "Is that still correct?" And I said, "Well, you know, I had a couple things pop up." I said, "I'm gonna have to wait. Fingers crossed, pilot's gonna happen pretty soon. And so I gotta have some spare cash for that. My web host decided they wanted me to upgrade, so there went the vac money right there. So, Brian Anderson, I just got here, so maybe I missed it, but are you getting the Rip Your Eco in the shop? Oh my heavens, you have missed it. Yeah, in fact, I showed it off, I think it was yesterday. It's a good looking pen. Good looking pen. In fact, it looks so good that I actually placed a second order for them last night, and it's on the way. So, yeah, I have them actually. They're sitting on my counter waiting for next. What is it? Next Tuesday they go on sale. So get your notice in. You can sign up for the notice. They're really. In fact, I think Lisa might even grab one too. So, all right, I'm gonna see if I can file a notch in here next Tuesday. Yeah, yeah, and Lisa's kind of marginally upset with me because um, pre-orders on Tuesday, ships on Thursday. Well, guess who's in his car early Thursday morning to go to the Chicago Pen Show? So she's gonna have to um, ship it all. I told her, I said, don't worry about it. We'll get it all packaged up Wednesday night. Actually, I'll start packaging them up on Tuesday. And then all she has to do is literally slap the labels on. So, if you do order Tuesday, just so you are aware, it is probably you'll get a postmark quite late in the day. And Thursday's an early day for us, so she'll probably do some at lunch, and then I'm not sure how it's going to work, but she may. Excuse me. We'll have a late pickup that day, and if there's anything left, she might take it to the post office afterwards because I think they're still open. So you won't get a first in the morning shipping notification like you normally would. But that's only because she's got to work. Boy, I hope this works. All right. One year for your SSDI to be changed over to plain old Social Security retirement. The pesky job gets in the way. Yeah. I want to get this nice and hot. It doesn't quite work. I wonder. That's twice now. This is just a hair too small. I can see the end of it, and this just does not want to cooperate. Maybe I can get it with the... Well, that's not working. It's starting to tear. Hmm. You know. Sure tears pretty easy, but this might work. It's coming. I've kind of got it at an angle. Maybe the use of drill bits increasing size to remove the remnants and get the last bits out with the dental pick from the threads. Well, so this is the drill bit for Pat touchdown PFM sack protectors. And actually, that's what I was thinking about doing. But when I got it in there and I got it at an angle, it actually started moving. So you can see it's come out quite a bit. Yeah, I got my lighter fluid right here, my naphtha right there. Ta-da! Great. It's got a real nice barrel. All right, well, just for fun, we'll have a look. Let's see what I can get out of here first before we get the naphtha involved. There's another big piece of okay. So all the big pieces are out. Oh, paper is done. You're hoping to sell some Parker Penman. You don't want it to freeze. I mean, it's got to be really pretty cold for that to happen, honestly. Um, we don't ship below roughly 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And everything else is fine. All right, so worst case scenario here, we got one pen that doesn't open up, but then this pen needs a section and a nib, so we got that covered. And then we've got an extra, I guess we don't have a filling unit if we can't get it out. You just converted the temp and shivered at the thought? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been the number that's always worked for us. At least around here, because I talked to my carrier. They don't. There's no sitting out on the dock or anything. The stuff isn't sitting outside. It's worst case scenario. It's an unheated warehouse for a little bit, but it's not like it sits out overnight. Now, it may be different in Cornwall. It just depends on how the carrier handles it. Oh, look at that. Slightly bent. Little piece of tape on this one. Anyone knows the pen I'm using today? Well, so what happened was is we had someone at Pen Club who was interested in the Karen actually a couple months ago, and I said, well, I'll bring one to Pen Club, and you can try, because she really wants a fine nib, and the Karen fines aren't really super duper fine. And so I brought it to Pen Club, and she wasn't there. So she works on a farm. It was a good weather day, so she was out planting trees. So I give her that. All right. What caught your eye was the cap. Yeah, this Essence to Blue cap is really fantastic. It's just so much fun. It's a little dirty. I need to. Trying to find my pocket here. Where the hell is it? There it is. All right, let's see how dirty we can get the ultrasonic today. Oh, this has got this wonky. Well, this doesn't look good at all. I bet you they glued this on here. There's a little adhesive right there. I just got a shipment notification on my next order of Karen's. When they ship, they're fast though. So like, if they shipped it today, I'll have it by Friday, Saturday, Monday at the latest. And I'm getting the blue. And I'm bringing in the Black Sea with the chrome trim. So new ones. It's nice when U.S. distributor ships out fast. These guys are, they quickly went from our favorite distributor to like, you've got to be kidding me, to, I don't know. They upgraded their website because they have a portal like a lot of people are doing now. And it was awful. I mean, I can't. I can't order anything from them because I can't shop like I want to shop. And they still haven't fixed it. And it used to be it'd be like going to my website, except I was the distributor, and you could just go down and you add stuff to your cart, and boom, you're done. But then they changed something. And you can only order stuff if you know what you're looking for. So, you know, and there's not a ton of consistency with respect to how they label things. So, oh, you got to run, Juicy. All right, see you later. Thanks for tuning in. So sometimes, you know, you can't get the results you want because it's not in the category, or it's, you know, it's doesn't say Waterman Karen fountain pen. It says Waterman fountain pen. I mean, there's two Black Sea fountain pens that are on the site, but they don't have the nib title in the description or in the title. Why did it just take 20 minutes to find your Dr. G spray? I should stay away from the repair bench today. What that tells me is you need to spend your day organizing your bench. It's a thing that we never want to do. But after you've done it, it's really fun. That's probably it is not fun. I guarantee. I completely concur. It is not the most fun thing in the world. Especially if you're not a type of person that's good at organizing. This cap is terrible. You know what I want to do is I want to give Mike Kennedy just a bag of parts. Vac caps. Here, take these jewels off. Put jewels on. Charge me what you must. You're lazy. But I am done. Well, it's coming. Wowza. That cap was so hot. The clip just... Jewel's out. So I dumped it in water. And then ink started coming out of it, so I just dropped it in there. What did I just drop? Oh. I'm not sure why I keep getting these. They don't seem to work. Does anybody else get these and get these to actually work? And I try to keep them in here so that they... Nope. You either? Should I try cutting a layer off after it gets this dirty? And is it going to be sticky underneath? Does it need to be... I mean, it kills me. It's like $10, and I'm like, well, I want it to work. But, you know, this 20-year-old, literally 20-year-old gripper square kind of works better. You've been fine with the rubber stopper that you found? I meant to get a bunch of pens listed today, but that didn't happen. I got all the images. I got like 20 pens to list. I got 3 desk sets and an M600 up today. That's what I got. So maybe tomorrow. Ooh, you're trying model hard rubber in the Dr. G's. News at 3. How about that? So unfortunately, I think this is not going to be so great because this is such a wide opening on here. We'll look at that in a little bit. All right, well, that one just came right up. Nope. Gary, welcome. Boy, oh boy. This one's being stubborn. There we go. Oh. This is one of the least fun parts of the Vacumatic restoration process. You know, I've got this other tool. Where did it go? Where did it go? I didn't find it worked very well, but maybe now's the time to try it. Yeah, I don't like how that one works. It's supposed to scoop it out from the back. There we go. All right, 2 more to go. Did I watch Flesh Malone? No, not yet. Believe it or not, I'm still watching Perry Nice. I went back to watch Perry Nice after Perry Rebay. The problem is the channels we have to watch cycling here in the U.S. Came right out. Are quite terrible as far as the interface that allows you to find what's on. I'm trying to think if it's Peacock is maybe the worst. Is it Peacock or is it HBO Max? I can't remember. One of them doesn't give you the ability to sort by sport. So there's a sports tab. And unless it's football, what we call football here in the States, or car racing, auto racing. It must be Max. I literally have to scroll down. I'm not joking. 10, maybe 15 menu items to find cycling replays. I think Peacock has everything by sport, and so there's a sport submenu, but then cycling is like the 20th thing to the right. I mean, it's like after track and field and like all this crap that I can't believe anybody watches. I know people are saying, I can't believe you watch cycling, but I mean, cycling's a huge, huge, huge sport, right? I mean, those in the know that cycling is the most watched sport in the world, in terms of viewers, total number of viewers. Soccer or football or whatever you want to call it, certainly gets lots of views during the World Cup, but on the whole, cycling is far more viewers because you got people lining the streets, right? But it's like the 20th menu item. You got to do, with your remote, and you can't save the stuff. And you'd think that if it's an 8-day stage race, with the AI that we have now, and flawed as it may be, if I watch stage 1 and then watch stage 2, the next one I'm going to want to watch is stage 3. Trying to find stage 3? Good luck. I mean, it'd take 5 minutes for me to find it. It's nuts. You watched some of it and fell asleep on the couch? It's on late, yeah. I should get a VPN. What I need to do is I need to sit down and I need to determine what the cost is. I refuse to pay for Flow Sports because they don't even have everything. They're like, what are they, $20 a month or something? $25 a month? But they don't have everything. SBS is free? Oh. Well, now I got to look into that. It's also got to be, and I hate to say this, it's got to be super easy for me to set up. Because I only watch cycling when I ride, and when I'm ready to ride, I need to start, because, you know what I mean? I'm ready to go. Hey, I can try my new... Where did that guy go? Let's try this new pick. Well, it's got this end on the wrong... What's if I do it that way? Is SBS part of Eurosport? Or is it something different? Who are the commentators? Typical commentators. Well, this new one is great, but it's got this flat spot going the wrong way from the way I need it. It makes me have to go clockwise in kind of an awkward motion when I normally would go. Matt Kennan, Simon Gerrans, and others. Okay. I'd love to get the Eurosport feed. That's a lot of Parker parts. Vacumatics, baby. A lot of Duovac. Tell you, a lot of people are really pretty hot about, understandably so, the women's race for Paris-Roubaix. Starting something like, 80K to the finish or 60K to the finish or something goofy like that. It's just not right. Yeah, a lot of these came out with the sack. You have another 2 vacs in the mail? Black translucent that you don't currently own. All right. Clean. That's your favorite model of Parker? Oh, maybe someday I'll get into Vax. You're hunting an oversize? Yeah, I found my first one. My first oversize in the wild last fall. Couldn't believe it. That was a happy day. What was it? Was it green? I think it was green. The funny thing is there were other pens in the case that were priced higher than the oversized vac. You know, what's funny is they didn't know what they had. What's funny is they had a board behind the register that had business cards of specialists, local specialists. And as I'm looking on there, one of them happens to be a friend of ours, a colleague of ours. Like, oh, we know him. He's been to visit our store. We did buy a pile of pens that day, though. That was fun. Everything there was good. Almost everything there was good. Pencils, ballpoints, 51s. All right. So maybe we just got there before our friend did. I don't know. No, it needed some work. Don't get me wrong. It was actually missing the cap jewel or the barrel jewel, one of the two. But you know, it's not difficult, but not unless you know people, it's a harder part to find. I was very fortunate that I was able to acquire one in relatively short order. Due to the generosity of a colleague of mine. But it took 2 tries to get the right one. pen I really wanted that they had was a molded hard rubber turbine top. With the wrong nib. But I wanted it nonetheless. But I think Lisa would have taken the car and left me there and let me walk home if I bought it. Oh, Vac might be one of those pens that someday I'll say I wish I'd have started collecting them 20, 30 years ago. A few more years and they'll be 100 years old. Well, more than a few, but pretty close. Yeah, but sometimes, one vac looks like the next. Oh, it's a stripy vac. It's must be $100. You're about ready to finish restoring a Challenger. You've got a dual fold that you can't get the aromatic filler out of the section. And you need to fix the nib. Oh, it sounds like a good challenge day. You also want to find a lucky curve, Parker? Yeah, lucky curves. I mean, I've managed to acquire a few dual folds over the last, oh, that's why. Over the last year. Couple of specific key examples, but lucky curve in older is where it's at for me. Oh, they tried to. Why did they do that? Tried to super glue this on. Which is hilarious because, should be able to hold it in place with the clip screw. Yeah, one of the few plastic pens. I'm going to let that soak for a while. Maybe that'll help dissolve some of that super glue. It's one of the few plastic pens I will collect are pre-dual fold Lucky Curves. I managed to grab a nice jade late last year. It's just kind of a cool piece of history. Like, hey, we don't know how this material is going to hold up, so let's not put the dual fold name on it. You're a fan of the Lucky Curves too? You got a few nice ones? Yeah. Well, I mean, Lucky Curve technically spans like quite a long period for Parker. If we're talking pre-dual fold. You see ring top Lucky Curves here and there? Yeah. Those are going to be the most affordable for sure. I was never a Parker fan. I mean, I started collecting Esterbrook's obviously a long, long time ago. But living in Wisconsin, you can't not find them. I mean, they're everywhere. You've got a couple of Ebonite Lucky Curves. You're chasing a red cap for a red. Good luck. Not always easy. For a red hard rubber or red permanite. 35 years. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, red permanite? That shouldn't be too bad then. Senior? Although the cap is the piece most likely to break, so, or at least crack. I just had a group of dual folds photographed this morning, which hopefully will be up on the website. Well, it's Wednesday. I might have. Well, they're low on the priority list of what got photographed today, so I don't think they're going to get done. But I had a couple of nice seniors and a couple of real users with problems, including a lapis. But they don't need to be around here. They can be someone else's pen. You managed to find the king of ring top Lucky Curves. It makes me want to find more, but that's not going to happen. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's something else. I mean, even if you don't collect them, that's the one to have. I don't normally do ring tops, you know. They got to be something really, really special. Edison, I'll do Edison ring tops just because they're cute. Senior, yeah. You bought a lot of Lucky Curve red parts. I should have looked more closely as they are quite damaged. Yeah. Ring top pilot, uncommon enough to be interesting. Yeah. Or the ring top Vacumatic. How about that one? Or there is a ring top relief, and let me see if I can remember which one that is. That's a model. Sixes manifold. 7? 8? I can't remember. It's I mean, relief aren't that easy to find. I mean, they're out there. They're not rare. But, you know, the 4s, the 5s, 6 for sure. I've never found a 6. Actually, no, 7 is the piston, I think. That's stupid rare. One R, that's hard to find. But yeah, the ring top. I wonder if they made a ring top sailor. Old sailor. They must have. Oh, I'm trying to think if I've ever seen one. I kind of stopped collecting the old sailors for a while because they're just prohibitively expensive, some of them. I mean, you better have $300, $400, $500 for some of those. And super good luck. I remember the first 2 hard rubber sailors I got ages ago. They came from the same seller, so you knew they were together. Holy moly, was that a wake-up call? Because I wasn't expecting to win both, or win either for that matter, so I put like stupid high bids on them. What I thought were stupid high bids, and I won both. Oh, well, this didn't make it any better, did it? I hate that you can't put these in an ultrasonic. Oh, pitcher's incoming. Coral, huh? 28. Is that Lambro book? Only one in it. So there's a sailor ring top in the Lambro Fountain Pens of Japan book. Well, so you know they just didn't make, I mean, I guess they could have done whatever they wanted. But they didn't just make one color ring top. Boy, this is nasty. Wouldn't a Makie sailor ring top be outrageous? That would be cool. I'm frankly surprised that there isn't a manufacturer that makes, I think Laban makes a ring top, but I think that might be it. You wouldn't mind having a modern ring top? I mean, it would have to come with. They did one with the silk, you know, piece of silk like they used to. That might be super cool. Oh, this is cool. This is stacked coin cap band on this black. Why are you unable to put backs in an ultrasonic? Well, if you put the cap in the ultrasonic, the blue diamond will just disappear. More often than not. So it's just not a good idea. I do have a couple of pens I want to clean today too, so depending on what the time frame looks like here. You have the blue paint to restore the diamond. Yeah, the problem is getting it to look right. And that's really, really hard to replicate. I don't know if Dan Kirchheimer still does it, but he used to offer the service, and I know, I think he used to bake it in an oven. To get it to flow right in the space. The blue diamond that's on the clip of the lifetime guarantee blue diamond. You put that in ultrasonic, that'll come off right away. If I had a crappy one I didn't care about, I'd throw one in just to show you, but it might take me too long to find one. You've never noticed that? Yeah. Not all Vacumatics have the blue diamond. It's just the ones with the lifetime guarantee. So sometimes your Debs don't have it, or your juniors won't have it. Two-band juniors. Or the early double jewel standards don't have the double jewel, so those are safe to throw in the ultrasonic if you want to clean the caps. More involved than I thought, like most things with vintage restorations. Yeah, yeah. So if it takes you 15 extra Q-tips, I mean, you know, I don't want to fill the landfill up, but if I can keep the blue diamonds, I can work around everything else. Hey, Spicy. You're back today. I bet it's very strong. Yeah, it's all right today. Thank you for asking. That was a painful week, to be sure. Holy, I never felt so certain that was the end of something, because at least I had to go to work. So she couldn't hang around, and like, I just remember trying to get up out of bed and like going, this is just not going to happen. Still waiting on delivery of the Vacumatic book. Can't wait to get it. It's a good book. I don't always read all of my books cover to cover. The pen books, that is. But that one I did. And again, I am not a big fan of Vacumatics. But living in Wisconsin, you can't help but come across them. I was reading a little bit more in the Conklin book last night. We have this Collegian that I thought was Conklin related, but it's not listed in the book. And I'm pretty sure if Alfonso knew it was a sub-brand, it'd be in the book. You looked at eBay yesterday. You're right. Some people don't give me confidence. Yeah. Hellcat, you're still looking at pens? I was looking in the waiting room yesterday at my doctor's office. There's some low temperature powdered enamels that might work well on a clip. I might try it if I ever get a clip missing the diamond. 150 degrees centigrade, so the metal won't melt. We really ought to plan this. Well, maybe after Chicago, we should plan this July trip. And I can find you a clip. We could have a good old time. All right, well, I think I finally got it. Got everything out. Lots of fun and weird projects to try, yeah. Okay. Those are clean. I still got a cap in there. What do we got? Yeah, the jellyfish was available in the red too. I just didn't get it. There were none. Looks like your 56 has the wrong nib. You're a bit. What kind of nib does it have? Should that be a registered U.S. a non-New York nib? I'll trade you a warranted number 6 for it. Oh. What nib does that go in? I've seen that nib before. It's like the worst nib ever. I mean, it's not the worst nib, but you know what I mean? I'm like, you see it and you go, oh, because you don't, yeah. We don't know what it goes in. We don't have that pen that it goes in. And, it's not the nib we need. It's a nice semi-flex broad medium. Yeah, but what does it go in? What pen does that go in? Because it looks big, right? I mean, if it looked if it looked a size appropriate, it was in a big pen. I hate this. See, now you know how I feel. I look at it, I found a 56. And it's got mine's worse. Mine's worse. It's got a warranted nib in it. It's a big warranted number 6, but I looked at it like, that's not a Waterman nib. That doesn't say Waterman, it says warranted. Yeah, so I think yours wouldn't be a New York nib though. I don't think your pen needs a New York because it's ripple, right? So it's too new for New York. Yeah. The Dr. D's help, but it wasn't a revelation. I had a feeling. Yeah, plenty of terrible nibs remain in the past. Yes, indeed. Lots of terrible nibs. I have hundreds of them. Yes, I do too. They're terrible, aren't they? Oh. Just because it's vintage doesn't mean it's good. Just because it's vintage doesn't mean it's good. Pilot and Pelican never disappoint. You have a loose Pelican nib that needs a home. Do you have the home for it is the question. I'm going to let the cap for the green one soak. I want to see if that, if we can get that a little bit. That reminds me, Leonardo. If anybody has a contact at Leonardo, and maybe this is all the information I need to know. Lisa and I had a conversation the other night discussing the future trajectory of our company and what brands and what pens we wanted to bring on next, because we're getting pretty close to the end of we're not done yet, but getting close to the end of the ink that we want to carry. Yeah, this is not. That's not good. So we're starting to expand into pens because I gotta sell a lot of. I can sell one Waterman Corinne, and that's a whole lot of ink that I have to sell to make that kind of money. But anyway, one of the brands that came up was Leonardo. A lot of people carry it. There is no, as far as I know, there is no U.S. U.S. distributor. God damn it, David. I'm sorry. That's too funny. I need modern Esterbrook, Leboeuf, Noodlers, and Delta, or not. I mean, Delta's. If I was going to carry, I'll never say never. Noodlers, I'll say never, for sure. Leboeuf, yeah, forget it. Delta, like if I was going to carry Delta, I'd carry 4 SKUs, right? Dolce Vita. Don't hate on Delta. No, 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 no. No, I mean, some of the Delta stuff's a little ridiculous. It's a little ridiculous. Yeah, you can't say no, he's not getting my money. Yeah. He stopped getting my money years ago. But, I would get the Dolce Vitas. Dolce Vita Oro. But some of it is just... it's a little goofy looking, some of it. Tell me I'm wrong. And some of it's a little goofy. Like, they're still making... I got an email this week or last week. Indigenous people. They're still making those. I mean, this new one's crazy. It's got like the clip is a boat. It's nuts. What the heck? Yeah, indigenous peoples have huge MSRPs that end up at 75% off. I mean, have you seen the new one? It's crazy. The Dolce Vita, that's the only one I think I would carry. I'm going to do these one by one because I don't like some of these pellet cups. I really don't want to use this one. So I might find a pen I need it for. And it shouldn't be in this pen anyway. But anyway. Nathan should have kept the repairs and nib work and skipped it. Yeah, he should have, yeah. But anyway, we were talking about possibly carrying Leonardo. Everybody and their uncle carries it, right? They're good-looking pens. I mean, if you're going to carry a Jovo stick, why not an Italian Jovo stick? There's like almost no way to get a hold of these people. If anybody has a contact at Galileo, at Leonardo, I sent him an email. Claire Coco. What is that? She helps out Leonardo all the time. Yeah, I mean, they don't even have... And they reached out to me years and years and years and years ago. And at the time, I think we were just getting started with our Chicago store, and I really didn't have the capital to be bringing stuff in from Italy. And at the time, the margin was off the charts. I mean, I should have jumped on it, but I had so many irons in the fire that it just wasn't possible. It was not possible. And then I think I got back to them again later on, and they were like, okay, yeah, it's standard 50% discount. You pay the shipping. I'm like, why do I want that? Why do I want to import pens in from Italy at standard margin, at Keystone? Well, this doesn't want to roll over on me. Yeah, there's no real good contact on form on their website. All right, here's what we're gonna do. This one's a really, really good pellet. Um, we're gonna find the best couple of units that we got, or the best colors we got, and those are the ones that are going to get the units. Just get Esterbrook? I don't think so. They've kind of gone a different way than how I. Right now, I can't get behind it. $15.20 would be nice for an opening order. If you're serious, I'll get you a contact. I mean, yeah, definitely never Pelican. I hate to say it. I've been down the Pelican road before. Um, they just don't sell. Why? Because everybody buys them in Europe. Because they're cheaper. I've tried to sell Pelican at least 3 or 4 times now. Invested tens of thousands of dollars. And you'd think like the new M200s. Yeah, I might as well send all your money to you instead of carrying Pelican. I'll lose less money that way. Supposedly, there was a new one that just came out, and supposedly it's being released in Europe at the same cost, because that was my concern. And, when Coles of London became the distributor, I had a chat with my rep, and I'm like, listen, man, we tried this before. We've been down this road. The agreement says minimum advertised price 20% off retail, which is what, Sailor, Platinum, Pilot. I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing. And first things people do, 30% off. Why do I buy $10,000 in inventory to make 20 points or less? You know, it doesn't make any sense. The inks are nice, fine. You know, I got those. But, you know, the other thing is, you know, you want an M800? M400? You can buy them used all day long. I mean, they haven't really changed the design in how many decades, right? We would just sit on this stuff. Yeah, I mean, I just want to see what the deal is with Leonardo. Excuse me. How many models? What are the terms? You know, what does shipping look like? How quick can they do it? I mean, right now, Pilot's my number one focus. And that's where my immediate money's going. But later on in the year, I'm going to pick up, you know, after Pilot gets taken care of, assuming they solve all their problems, and I hope to have conversations in Chicago with Pilot. You know, I'll be looking at other things to carry. Some Viscontis are on the horizon. So we got that to look forward to. I wonder if this is too... Yeah, I don't like the looks of that one either. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of Pilots. I'm not writing a check out for one of everything the first day. But I also don't think I need to carry everything in the Pilot lineup either. Is anybody buying Metropolitans anymore? Preras? Come on. I think there was, sorry, I didn't, I missed a question somebody saw. Well, I have a lot of pens on my table in Chicago. I won't have a table in Chicago. No tables. I'm only buying Metropolitans when you're selling, yeah. I got heat for it, too. Hey, but you got rid of them, so. I might still have some left. I can't even remember. I mean, you know, when they were $15 a piece. You know, retail. Yeah, no brainer. What are they now? 30? But Lisa and I did actually have that conversation like the night before or earlier that week. Like, I don't want to carry Metropolitans. All right, so this filling unit sucks. I think I'm going to squish it. That'll work. Well, let's give it a try. Boy, the spammers are in force today. Um, I don't need to actually do both of these, do I? Because right now this one won't come apart. So what I should do is maybe put this better nib on this copper. Actually has the same date code. And then we can at least put some of these back together. If we get the filling unit off of this blue one, then I got to find a new section, which is, I got somewhere. But it's too bad it's got to be blue because... although what I could do, I could use this filling unit on here. But this I really should just keep. That's the beautiful thing about Vacuumatics is, except for the lockdown, you can swap pretty much on most of the pens, the filling units. Unless they're oversized or... All right. Am I missing a filling unit? Oh, this one's in here. Yeah. So this actually would be here. But black is like... Is the black barrel in here? What do I do with the barrel? Yeah, it's okay transparency. All right, so we can put everything together except for the blue and the black. Okay, so my client on the Moore says to go ahead and try to put that back together. So try to put together, we shall. That has to go with this guy over here. But I want to make a little more sense of this grouping of pens here first. The nib threads, hit the barrel threads. Those look good. No threads. Drop that one. Sonic for a minute. Shellac will work as a lubricant to some degree, but the more of the old stuff you get out, just the easier and cleaner it's going to be. You lost an Opus 88. You hope you find it at the gym. We had been approached by Opus 88, actually, at one point. No, I'm not doing this one right now, but I want to clean it out anyway. I think I've had one or two consignment Opus 88s in here too in the past. All right. Now we start getting to the fun part. Once I'm satisfied with how clean this is, this had a lot of shellac in the threads. Excellent. All right. Let's get the fillers in. We can consolidate this mess into a much smaller mess. We'll come back and tighten those up. That one's a little tighter. Doesn't want to start. We'll come back to it. This pen is a little problematic because of the cap, but maybe if we get a little bit of movement on it. Gotta go. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. That one. It's still tight. right when it gets there. So it'll be, the heat probably would be okay too, but there's still some stuff in there. This one's got some really good transparency on it, so you know what I'm going to do on this one? I'm going to take a leap of faith because this one's going to be hard to get open again. And we might find that this just slides right in. Well, that's a little easier, not quite. Clean off the shellac that went over the all right. I don't like to do that if I don't have to, but that one's going to be a pain in the butt because eventually I've got to go back and it's easier if I can just take the nib off. And then open the barrel up. And clean the barrel out. But I guess that's what we got a salad spinner for. I don't know why this won't start. Threads look good. Normally they're not this hard to get in. Really want to get them. You really want to get them threaded in. And it wants to go in cockeyed. This is how it goes with Vacumatic sometimes. You just don't know. It doesn't look like I've got strip threads. It just looks weird. Maybe the stripes are playing with my eyes here. We'll find out in a minute. Must have been. It just looked cockeyed, and then with the little heat, it went in like butter. Very strange. Okay. I don't think we're going to get to the more today. Put that away before I need that. I got a couple errands to run after work here. So we'll start tomorrow. Well, tomorrow what we'll do is we'll start fresh. Well, with at least these 5 that are complete. Well, 4.5. We'll look at the cap on this one. I might have another cap too if that cap proves to be problematic. So let's do this. Let's move these down to the end. That one there. I didn't get to cleaning my other pens today. I got 3 823s I wanted to clean. Didn't quite get to them. We do that tomorrow. But that's a good start. Hey, at least 4 out of 6. You know, Gary, like I told you, if you got 15, you're probably not going to get all 15 of them. I mean, if you get 15 in a row that open and have no problems, those are monster odds. They really are. Because they just don't always happen. We'll try this guy tomorrow. If we can get the nib in, we'll resack it. Fingers crossed, it should be good. We'll test these guys out. I do want to make a quick little note here. Number one has been sealed. Actually, this is 5, isn't it? Not that it matters. All right, so we got our work cut out for us tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow is Thursday already. This will be a good way to end the week. At least we get a couple of acts all done. And hopefully get that more done and out of here so we can go home. I know that one's been unrestored for quite some time. Since the first time I saw it at Pen Club last year, maybe. So I'm sure she'll be happy to get that back. So fingers crossed on that. But other words, I think that's it for today. Russell, you have a great rest of your birthday dinner. What are you having? Pot roast, carrots, and sweet potatoes and a biscuit? That sounds fantastic. Enjoying good health. The rest of you have a great evening, great afternoon, or great morning, wherever you are in the world. Be kind, be well, and we'll catch you tomorrow, all right? Take care, everyone. Bye now.